This is the Baldpate lean-to. I love how they have their tools so neatly arranged. Have a little tour. The privy is a bright light at the end of the road. It's a moldering privy, which is newer technology if you look at the grand scheme. And apparently they have a porcupine problem or something. It's a very traditional privy. I like the wooden latch. Oh. And what I liked in here was the bear. The usual directions, but they say after a solid shot, which apparently the main way of saying after you take a poop. I'm gonna do a little log reading. Oh, this is a nice picture. How do I get it out? Oh gosh. Oh, I have my glasses. Okay. Bravo, c'est votre dernier jour. I think that means, wow, it's our last day. Wow. Tent sites are brand new. They were built in late June. New privy coming in August. I have no complaints about the privy. The pickle stones. I'm not going to read their thing. I don't like it. You could say hiking through Maine has had its ups and downs, mostly ups. Haha. I learned the guys from Canada. One of them was Staff Sergeant, which makes sense because he was wearing a Canadian Army shirt. Canadian Army guys seem totally different. They seem like special forces, but hippier. That's my impression from meeting like 3 of them. I like that Maine seems to have some pride and want to care about their shelters, unlike the AMC. Same with the trails. I'm going to leave this out because I think Turtletail will want to see what I wrote. And I like the 80s look. It's very nice.
Tell me what you wrote.
Oh, you don't want to read it? Here, I could read
I'm
it to you.
also filtering water.
It says, 8th of January, 2025. Tocat and Turtletoe TNT on the AT stayed in one of the plush new tent sites last night. Just read this morning that they were built June 21st of this year.
And we were here in January.
I know, time traveling.
Are you going to correct that?
Nah. Looking forward to seeing if the Baldpate fear-mongering is akin to the Mahoosic arm fear-mongering. And trying to get over the pates before the rain. Thunder and lightning last night, but only a little rain. Entered Maine feeling dubious, but warming up to it. No bow right now, pretzel through hike. And I just want to comment, somebody wrote multi-year through hike. I don't think that's a thing.
No, it isn't, but I used to think that's what it was.
You used to think what?
As long as you did the whole thing, it was a through hike.
It's not.
I know that now.
No, I know. Somebody I know posted, through hiking the long trail this weekend. And all she meant was she was backpacking. That's through hiking is not tenting overnight. Oh, she's just an idiot. But I better not put this on my channel. And this is sweet. Flash, Nobo23 stopped by to provide some magic to this year's hiker trash. Go get them. You are supreme elite athletes. This poor guy really wants to be back out on the trail. Hike the trail in 2021. Now I have a real job. I'm fat and lame. Don't give in to the hype. It's time for our morning talk.
Okay.
Have a seat. Where are we going?
Up over the slick rocks. Or down the slick rocks. We're going through an alpine bog to past another shelter at 3.6.
3.5.
3.5, and then we're going on from there somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't looked beyond that because there's enough excitement. People saying all kinds of things about danger, but apparently the rocks are grippy like the ones that we just did were. So,
and hopefully it won't rain while we're up there.
Right, and there are steps that somebody called Amicalola's Revenge. Which is disturbing because Amicalola has over 500 steps. Let's go. I stepped on this super rolly rock and fell. It was a good ankle twist. It's unfortunate before even back on the trail. These are nice looking steps. It is a moist morning. Not actually raining, but just moistness in the air, moistness on the ground, moistness just hanging, moistness on my body. As the first one, I get the honor of clearing the cobwebs. Bye. It's an inset gem rock. You can use the edge of it to step on. Before last week, I would have found this really terrifying trail. Now, I think, quite walkable. Total change of perspective. More steps. I don't think these are Amicalola's Revenge, though. The slugs are out. It's perfect slug weather. There's Turtletail coming up. I do not know if these are the steps of which people are complaining. If so, I disagree. I was wondering if these are the steps.
That's what I was wondering.
Because
these were the steps, and she said, I don't know, but it's hard.
I'm thankful that people put in the thousands of hours of work so the trail's easier than slogging through muddy, slippy stuff. I wouldn't complain about these steps.
Well, they're making me sweat and be tired, but I thought the steps at Amicalola were harder, and I only did a tiny bit of them.
Yeah, and those were just straight steps. This is like a trail that's nicer because it has steps in it.
Right.
I don't know if these are the steps, but there are a lot of them, and they're really nice. Definitely not Amicalola's revenge. Although, honestly, I didn't do the steps there. They were real steps that went up 3/4 of a mile.
I thought that a little while ago. Then we went around the corner.
These are steps to write home about, don't you think?
Oh my God.
Whew.
There's steps next to them right here.
Oh, that's the B line.
It is?
I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you like. They were hard though.
It looked like you were having trouble balancing carefully.
Here we are at the West Peak. We're having
Super salty popcorn.
really salty.
It's more salty than salt and 2 pretzels in one piece of popcorn.
We went up a lot of steps before 8:30. This is one of our major climbs of the day, so I feel good. And out.
Okay.
Slug race. Who's gonna win? I see no movement happening, so it might be a long time. The colors are just gorgeous. They hit me. She just threw her poles.
Okay.
Kind of. Our first ladder of the day. I'm saying first because I expect there to be more.
Really?
Yes, you sound excited.
Not worried about the ladders. If they're ladders, it means there's a lot of stuff without ladders that should have ladders.
It's true, but the Maine Club seems to take a lot better care of their trails, so maybe there'll be less stuff that needs ladders that doesn't have it.
Maybe.
Do you think we'll finish Maine before the blueberries ripen?
I don't know. I don't know when the blueberries ripen. Do you think we'll finish Maine in July?
That's a good question. Not at this rate.
That's right.
This is a very slow 0.3. We were normal yesterday coming up the hill because that was normal trail. This is almost normal trail.
It would be a lot better if it was dry, but it probably is mostly never dry.
Yes. I can't wait to see the bog, where the mud is much deeper than we would expect. That is a quote, not my own. I don't like walking on wet wood unless I really have to. I'm thankful for these cairns. Very thankful, because this is totally not the way I would have gone. This isn't a bog. This is a low bald. Show me the way through. Well, I think the campsite is not right here. It's further along. That stick as a warning. Do you want to test it? Is that the bottom?
Yeah.
It's only 3 feet.
It looks just as icky, but there's no stones or anything.
Do you want to pioneer the route?
Oh, I'm so wobbly.
Appreciate this marking. Very obvious. Here's the campsite we considered pressing onto last night. It's a bit rooty, but it would definitely do. Definitely not optimal. Climbing to the east peak. It was slightly visible in the mist a few ago. Now it's kind of disappeared. And fearsome descent for like a mile. And then we should be done on the Maine madness for a little while. And maybe we can just hike a couple miles. Plain hiking, who knew? We're not making any record times on this. Wicked tiring. Ooh. Good thing I had a good shot this morning. Find our way up the east peak. I think I'm taking the slightly more adventurous route, but it is the route. I don't know where I go now. There have been some modifications and repairs in the last 24 hours. One of them that's really pertinent right now is repairing the tread on turtle toe shoes, which apparently it worked, which is really important because we're climbing up some crazy steep slope that's just pure rock. I also modified my towel so it's much smaller and more appropriate. Repaired my pole where the handle fell off. So these poles have been through a lot. They're supposed to be the super strong but cheap ones from Amazon. But I've already broke off the handle and had to then tape just now the handle back on because it was totally falling off. You could go the other way if you prefer a slightly more mellow cliff climb. Don't ask me how I got up this, I don't remember. Wow, you look like you're on Everest. I'll find out. Surprisingly, I am on the trail. I'm not just freestyling. And there's a cave. I guess this is where you shelter if things get too intense. This is where we could have camped.
No. I hate it here, Gretchen. I need a boo to scare me.
Bye. So ticking off the scary things. Theoretically, the next couple days we don't have scary things, but it's always, oh, I forgot about that one. Really hope we can get in some actual hiking miles instead of some crazy fear stunt double miles. Thinking maybe most people come up to this peak from this way, and that's why it's so nicely outlined. Only the crazy AT hikers come up from the other way. Break time. Part of this AT hike is trying every form of energy bar out there. Not every, there's some I won't go near. This one is Aloha. It's got a power bar texture, except I've had worse. It's not super gummy. It has a Cliff Bar texture. It's actually pretty tasty. It tastes like an Almond Joy had a baby with a Cliff Bar. It's oddly warm, and the air feels charged with energy. There are thunderstorms predicted at 10. It's 9:45, so we are scooting out of here as quickly as we reasonably and safely can. On the summit of the East Peak. No views, although I'm sure it'd be awesome if we could see. And I'll look at the trail sign real quick. Long Mountain, Puzzle Mountain, Route 26. We don't want to go to any of those. This is our trail sign. Fry Knot, Lean To, East Bee Hill, Baldpate. Here's number 2 campsite that we didn't go to last night. This one's very flat and soft, but quite small. Little Baldpate, or Baldpate Junior. Maybe it would have amazing views if we could see anything. In between the danger zones. I know the danger starts after this, but now we're reduced to a half-mile danger instead of a mile, so that's an improvement. How do you want to celebrate it if we survive the danger?
Oh, I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Okay, maybe a stroopwafel. Well, I should stop giving them to you. I don't like the way you're going. I went along the edge.
I want to throw my poles down.
Yeah. I got out of the way this time.
I just more or less dropped them that time. So you came down here?
And that's when I noticed the ladder wasn't attached. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like if you went way over to that edge, it might tip over.
Yeah. Oh, look, another ladder, which is lovely because I was looking at this cliff and trying to figure out the best way down it. This looks like a ski run. Another ladder. I think we're getting towards the end of this. Maybe. I'm not finding this downhill as scary as predicted, but there is plenty of pole throwing. The skies are clearing. It all seems that we're going to make down this much maligned, horrifying, and dangerous portion without hurting ourselves, and there have been no thunderstorms. I haven't even looked at what comes next. All is good. I feel like we've made it to safety, but the real marker is when we get to this trail junction, and it's just not coming, even though I think it should be here by the mileage. I think the trail sign's gone. This is sort of a temporary trail sign. This is not hard, it's just annoying. Mud and going through the weeds. You would think that nobody ever takes this trail and it's relatively unused. Haha. Needs a weed whacker. Maine Appalachian Trail Club, you had been impressing me with your really good trail maintenance, but I'm getting a little more dubious. Might let it slide. What a welcome sight. It was something. It was definitely a morning full. A little reorganizing of the bear canister. Serious pack explosion, including food explosion. Hello, my friend. It's a good day for you. It's heating up and getting actually clear. More regular trail. This is so very exciting. It's a bit after 1, and the place that we'd really like to camp is still more than 10 miles away, so I feel like that's unlikely. Of course, the first 3 miles this morning took forever. Other possibilities are single campsite on top of Wyman Mountain, which is a mile or 2 before the shelter. That would be a good reach goal that's actually reachable. And then Surplus Pond is a possibility too. We'll see. Going a whole different speed than we were this morning. Real Solomon seal with berries. We're always talking about false Solomon seal and real. I have a bunch of it in my garden, both false and real. I keep trying to pull out the false. It looks kind of perfect for a hot day, which it is. Going in. Turtle Show says it's time for me to stop swimming in the waterfall, and we're going to Surplus Pond, where we have a conundrum. Well, I have a conundrum. She just is feeling grumpy. My conundrum is, would I rather have a chance of seeing moose going swimming, or would I rather continue on and have a better chance of making it where we're supposed to be by Friday? Sitting on a slightly dangerous thing, and I have places to be. It's a picture-perfect waterfall. This is a little gruesome. Not quite the end of the day treat I was looking for. Here we are at Surplus Pond. We found a campsite. The bottom tent sites look a little boggy, so we're clearing this one, which entails moving all the birch logs.